Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the third place match. It will be Brutal Base taking it against TT Paradigm. TT Paradigm, who we've just seen losing in a Game 7 overtime, just as Brutal Base, who also just lost after a Game 7 overtime. We had a bit of a caster and streamer switch, so now the one who's in the background will be Niptrox. And the one who's casting with me here will be the first time on stream, if I believe so. It will be Ethan. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
So yeah, it's gonna be a great series. It's of course a third place match, and both teams will still be trying to get the third place, getting themselves into promotion relegation match. So yeah, I think it's just time to go into predictions. So Ethan, I will just leave it to you. Who do you think is gonna take this series? Will it be Brutal Base or will it be TT Paradigm?
Well, if we're basing off stats here, Dennis, I think for advantage, but both teams just gone into a best of 7 and going into game 7, losing even field here for my prediction.
Yeah, to be fair, it's gonna be really close, like you said. But just to make it a bit interesting, I will go with the opposite. I will go with TT Paradigm to take this series. Of course, TT Paradigm lost to Brutal Base, and Brutal Base went 7-0 in league play. But yeah, maybe just because TT Paradigm coming out just after this series, they've just played. They have a bit of momentum. They maybe the things are still a bit warm, so maybe we can still see all the players still warmed up going into this series. So yeah, chat, let us know what is your prediction? Will it be TT Paradigm? Will it be Brutal Base? It's for me, it's gonna be a really close series. Maybe going into a third game 7 of today. But yeah, it's gonna be a close series, which is waiting for the lobby to be created right now. And yeah, it's about to be a really good series, Ethan.
Yeah, definitely. I think TT Paradigm might actually take it as well, if I'm honest. They definitely want revenge on Brutal Base from league play.
Can you drop me, please?
Yeah, definitely. Just from the league play results, you should say Brutal Base would win it, but it's yeah, of course we just seen Brutal Base getting beat by the 4th place Assassin Helios, so upsets can happen, like we just seen in Division 4 playoffs. And yeah, I think an upset is gonna happen here again. The first place against the 2nd place of league play here in the 3rd place match, and yeah, it's I can't really tell who's gonna win. I think it's gonna go to maybe a game 6, maybe a game 7 in the end. But yeah, Brutal Base are really a good side, just as TT Paradigm here for Division 4 standards. And in the end, I think TT Paradigm will just about take this series to their hands, securing themselves promotion relegation tournament. And in the end, just TT Paradigm, winning this series.
Yeah, 100%. It would definitely be the result. Everyone in chat, just let your predictions below. In my opinion, Paradigm definitely want that result, just to prove themselves in front of Brutal Base and in front of everyone on stream.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's yeah, we've had a long day already. Just 2 series. We still have a 3rd place decided, and of course the Division 4 Grand Final about to come up. But yeah, Ascension Helios, of course, they're on the final just as the GC, but the 3rd and 4th place of league play. Really well done to them. We will be seeing them later today after this best of 7 series between the 1st and 2nd place of Division 4, TT Paradigm and Brutal Base. So yeah, we'll just wait a little bit before the lobby goes up. We just have a little delay. Just after those 2 best of 7s, we just, we're just giving the players a little break until we just go further. But yeah, let us know in the chat who's gonna win this series. I think it's gonna be a really close series, and yeah, hopefully we just maybe see a game 7 again. But yeah, still everything can happen. Upsets can happen, and yeah, it's about to be a really great series.
Yeah, definitely upsets can definitely happen here. Paradigm, if they take the series, is going to put Brutal Base in a real tough time.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, Brutal Base, they went 7-0 in league play, and going down with, after the upset against Ascension Helios in, Ascension Helios, the 4th place of Division 4, it's, yeah, that's quite an upset, and maybe Brutal Base will just, be really frustrated about that. But on the TT Paradigm side, they closed out the series against the GC Pop in a game 7 overtime, 7 seconds into overtime. A play of TT Paradigm just shot it into his own goal, and that's really not what you want to see. If they made that goal on the other end, it would have been now GC Pop in the 3rd place decider and TT Paradigm facing Ascension Helios in the final. But yeah, but now we're seeing another series. TT Paradigm it is against Brutal Base. So yeah, we'll just wait a little bit. A little delay is here, but I think we're just setting things up right now. So we should be on really soon with the 3rd place decider of Division 4. Upsets can happen, and we saw some upsets already here in Division 4. But yeah, I'm really interested how this series will turn out. Of course, TT Paradigm against Brutal Base. Yeah, it can go any way, and yeah, definitely I want to see how both teams will perform. Of course, they lost both the first series, and now one of them is gonna take this series to go into 3rd place. So it's gonna be really interesting to see which team will be, and will we see another upset? As we just handed in the lobby details to go into our first game of or our first series of after the semifinals. Yeah, it's gonna really close. I think it's so we saw some upsets already, and in the end, TT Paradigm they've they've done quite a good job in league play. So did Brutal Base, but not going out in playoffs so early already. It's yeah, it has to be painful for them. But now they just gotta get some hope again, because the 3rd place is not something to underestimate, and definitely it's something that both teams can reach if they play the best. I think both teams can play it, but we just saw both teams lacking a bit, especially Brutal Base, not showing what we saw from them in league play. So yeah, really interesting to see if we're seeing another Brutal Base than what we've seen in the series against Ascension Helios, Ethan.
Yeah, no, it's definitely we just need to see the first game 1, see how Brutal Base and TT Paradigm go into this, see who can take that series. It will definitely be a stepping stone to we see who actually takes a series after being a crushing defeat from the GC Pop and Ascension Helios. We just need to see how they both react and see if all the players are feeling confident and their mentality is completely refreshed.
Yeah, definitely. It's just interesting to see can TT Paradigm, can they come back? Can Brutal Base come back? But it's now just I think the lobby is up, so we can finally join the lobby. As we it's yeah, it's been a great day. 2 best of 7s, 2 game 7s. But now we're finally about to get into the 3rd place decider of the Division 4. TT Paradigm will be against Brutal Base.
That's definitely going to be a 100% exciting series here. I can't believe that the both seeded teams at 1 and 2 are in the 3rd place playoff. It's very unbelievable that the underdogs are in the final. It's just very unbelievable from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we have all the people now in the lobby, as we see Brutal Base battling it out against TT Paradigm. We're about to get underway. Of course, both teams have already lost the series, but here we go. It will be the kickoff of game 1. Finally, after a bit of a delay, we're now here for the 3rd best of 7 of today. We're seeing Yeast losing the ball. It's going up to the side wall where Vols will just trying to get on his own. Esbar is there to get some kind of a clear. Josh will just getting to the other side. He's going from the backboard. He's just getting up. Now it is Esbar with a shot straight from the post and now it's a clanger back to the side of TT Paradigm. A back flick, but it's not going in. Bubbly with good backup there. And the first 30 seconds have been passed here. Vels onto the corner, but getting intercepted by Josh. And there is Yeast trying to keep the pressure on going for TT Paradigm. And we see Galactic up for that, going bouncing from the crossbar. And it's back again. Josh on the side wall. Vels trying to get it back to the side.
Yeah, definitely TT Paradigm have the advantage here just in a little bit. Just having a lot more shots on goal here, being a lot more threatening attack. Brutal Esports just need to be careful with their defense here. They've been very panicky. They just need to be a lot more patient here.
Yeah, definitely Brutal Base. If they have the possession, they have to do more with it because it is Division 4, but it's still, it's playoffs. You can't just lose possession that quickly. You just have to do something with the possession and in the end create some offenses. Though for the TT Paradigm side, we saw they had really good offenses last game, but just what lacked was their accuracy. They had much more shots than the opposition GC pop, but in the end they just couldn't finish it in the end. And now we're still seeing a goalless game, no goals created, and still waiting for the first goal, Ethan.
Yeah, definitely. It's really good play here. Just keeping the ball close here. It's just going back and forth, to be fair. Going from one end to the other. It's just keep ball at this stage. Just trying to keep pressure. Just trying to get on the other team. Just, Val's good pressure there. Asbar going for control. Unlucky there. Backs out. Galacto. Val's good aerial. Gonna go for the double tap. And good defense there by Asbar. What are you thinking, Dennis?
Yeah, so far we see some offense created, and then we see Yeast with a really good, double tap, but in the end just falls out from the post. Really unlucky for him. Still no goal though in this game. It's been more TT Paradigm so far with the pressure, but it seems like they just can't get a goal. Just like we saw in the last series, they have the pressure, they have shots on goal. So far they've had 4 shots, no goal yet though. As we approach half time now, it is still no goal. Good double tap, looks like the defenders are struggling a bit. But what do you think both teams need to do else here, Ethan, to get the first goal of this series?
I feel it's just shooting consistency. They need to get these shots accurate, so they're actually giving a lot more pressure on this team. And maybe a little more passing plays as well. They're just booming the ball into the crossbar, easy defense, or maybe just converting their doubles. Their doubles are being really threatening right now. But again, it's just no opportunity. There's no follow-ups. I think they need to follow up, go for more passing plays. So more pressure is put on Brutal right here.
Yeah, definitely. We just see how the pressure for that team will turn out. It's still a goalless game though. Not much goals created, not much dangerous offense created either. It's kind of a boring game now. It's just a slow start of this series. Now we see Bubbly with a clear shot, no defender in the goal, and that will defeat the first goal of the series. Brutal Base make the first goal.
Yeah, a bit of a lack of defense there from Yeast, not paying attention to that midfield area. Bubbly just striking in a great position.
Yeah, and that will in the end be the first goal of the series. Brutal Base, Bubbly with with the good shot in the end. No defense for TT Paradigm, something they have to work on in this series, because you can't just let the net open like that against a team like Brutal Base. Of course, Brutal Base, they've lost their first series, but definitely not a side to underestimate. They went 7-0 in league play, and now they are here for the third place decided. Definitely want to at least get something from the Division 4 playoffs. But now we see a demo there from Yeast on Asbar, and it's again Brutal Base trying to keep up the pressure on the TT Paradigm side. Bombs are everywhere there. Asbar just taking the ball up to the back wall, trying to get it back to one of his teammates. Just is there, but so is the defender of TT Paradigm. And 55 seconds to go, and TT Paradigm still 1 goal down.
Yeah, it's definitely TT Paradigm need to answer back here. Like, there's no pressure here. Bubbly going for the ball, good dunk there. See what he can do with the rest of this play. Good touch into the middle, but there's no following. This is where Brutal needs to be there. They just need to be following their chances up. A lot of chances being created here.
Yeah, definitely. They just need to finish their chances. Just like last series, coming out of last series, you would have thought that they just thought about it like, we have the pressure, but we just can't score. It's the same story over and over again here in this game. They have this pressure, they have shots, more shots than the Brutal Base side, but they haven't scored any goal yet in this series so far. And now we're just approaching the end of this game. Brutal Base is in a 1-0 lead. Looks like this game will go to Brutal Base. And if the ball drops, then will be this game 1. Done and dusted, both players going up, maybe to get a second goal of this game. And it's still TT Paradigm keeping the ball up, trying to at least get an equalizer going into overtime. But there it is, the ball dropped, and it will be game 1 going to Brutal Base.
Yeah, Brutal Base being definitely the more dominant team in that series. TT Paradigm definitely need to step up here. They're creating a lot more opportunities, looking for each other more in the infield area. Just they need to be a lot more supportive with each other, creating opportunities, putting it to the backboard. Seems like it's not working against Brutal Base. They definitely need to tone it down a bit, play more grounded, and then the results will come. Dennis?
Yeah, definitely. They just need to, be a bit more consistent, CT Paradigm, finding each other and in the end scoring. Because with passing plays, you can beat the brutal-based defense. Because, they went 7-0, but they lost against SH and Helios. So that shows that their defense is still beatable. And TT Paradigm, they have the shots and they have the ability to, get some shots in, get some pressure, but they still need to have the ability to, in the end, just score. And, now we're approaching game 2. It has been brutal based, just with a 1-goal decider in the first game. Definitely is not saying much. It's still TT Paradigm trying to come back from this, trying to get this series to their ends in the end. But it's only game 2. Best of 7 it is. A very long journey it is still. But brutal base. They have a good start, so let's see if they can keep it going in game 2.
Yeah, if we're definitely basing it off last series, Paradigm had a lot more shots on target and they had so much more pressure due to the saves on Brutal's side. But if we're going overall here, Brutal just taking the chances a lot more than Paradigm. So what Paradigm need to go in here to this game with is a better mentality, better play, play more with each other, and yeah, they'll be fine. They can definitely take this series.
Yeah, definitely. As we're seeing a bit of technical issues here, we're just waiting a little bit with game 2 as we're just letting the players rejoin the lobby. But yeah, it's been a good game 1, and of course in the end it went in favor of Brutal Base. But next game could be really different. Next game could go in favor of TT Paradigm very easily. If they just work on their accuracy, then in the end it can be TT Paradigm going into game 2, maybe with an advantage, getting being better than the opposite side. We just have to see what's going to happen in game 2. It's been a really close game, and I think Brutal Base, they have done a good job. But they have to keep it going, because if you just lag a bit, if you just slow a bit down, then it will be definitely TT Paradigm coming back.
Yeah, definitely. TT Paradigm have a lot more of a chance right now. They just need to bounce back, get back on the level playing field, putting it to 1-1 in the series, going into game 2 with a lot more confidence here. Like, if they just go for more passing plays, play more possession, look for more opportunities, being a lot more aware of the surroundings, they can definitely take this series off Brutal Base, just not wasting the ball, playing a lot more between each other, communicating more, just all of these aspects up. But again, now going into game 2, and let's just see if Paradigm can take this series.
Well, let's see, can Paradigm take this series, or at least take this game 2? Of course, the last 2 series we saw the one team going 2-0 up. It was actually both teams here, and now it is Brutal Base. They won the very first game of Division 4 playoffs against Ascension Helios, but in the end just lost it in game 7. Well, this series could go to game 7 as well, so TT Paradigm need to come back then, because it's not an easy task to come back against a side like Brutal Base. We went 7-0 in league play, and Ascension Helios, they've done a really good job getting back from Brutal Base being down, and now they're in the final. But now there it is, Brutal Base with the first goal, just with a banger into the net, and that is the first goal of this game too.
And there you go there, just as we say, TT Paradigm needs to keep it a lot closer with each other, just wasting that ball so Josh can strike and pounce into the net there. It's a great opportunity, 1-0 Brutal.
Yeah, 1-0 to Brutal it is. Just pretty quick in this game already, the first goal. It looked like a defensive mistake in the rotation from TT Paradigm, but yeah, nevertheless, it is a 1-0 lead here for Brutal Base, but still everything to play for. A lot of time still for the TT Paradigm side to get a goal. Being 2-0 down, of course, it is something you do not want. But like the last 2 series have shown, it's still you can work with it. Being the TT Paradigm side, you can still come back from being 2-0 down. But definitely they need to step it up, because right now it looks like they're just lacking a bit. They're just giving Brutal Base a lot of space, and that's definitely not what you want. And with roughly 1 minute to play now, it's still Brutal Base. They try to keep the offense going, but they have a lot of space. They get the space on TT Paradigm and try to work with that, trying to make some goals, and in the end make maybe a second goal of this game.
Yeah, and here we go, Asbar. Let's see what he can do with this ball here. Unlucky there. Good miss hit on the wall. Asbar, good recovery there. Bubbly. See how he plays this. Okay, Josh pushing the ball. Asbar, keeping it close. He's good challenge there. See, this is what TT Paradigm needs to do more. They need to be challenging these balls, playing a lot more upfield here because they're playing way too far back. So it's just allowing Brutal just to attack a lot more into open space, playing for a lot more opportunities. But here comes Brutal, Bubbly pushing the ball. Unlucky there. Good opportunity.
And definitely so far we've seen just TT Paradigm a bit more in the defense, and they need to come out of that defense if they're down. And yeah, they still want to down. About half time gone here in this game too. And they are struggling a bit in this game. They can't really create much. Maybe they can do now. At least a shot. Well, it is over. Josh clears it out. Half time has passed now, and Geez will try to get it into the middle for his teammates, but S-Ball will just clear that out. Bubbly with possession now has a lot of time to work with. Vels is now there challenging it. Galactic loses possession. Vels backflicks into his own corner. Josh can't really get a back pass to one of his teammates. And now it's on the side of Brutal Base. Bubbly with the hit. Good block as well. S-Ball with a clean shot, but that's a save for Yeast. Vels has some possession now. Goes up the wall himself, can't really get another touch though, but Josh gets the ball into the middle, but there is the save for Aspa. Could have been very dangerous for the Brutal Base side, but now it's still lead for them. But TT Paradigm are fighting back in the last 30 seconds. If they can keep it up, maybe we can see a goal for them, the first goal for them in this series. But so far it's not really a good performance from the TT Paradigm side. Maybe it's still a bit off after last series, of course, when they lost the game in game 7 overtime with an own goal. That has to hurt, and maybe that's just why they're not playing that good right now. It is Brutal Base having the chances here, but only one goal separates both teams here from this game too.
Yeah, it's still really close. TT Paradigm could definitely bring a goal back here. They just need to control the ball a lot more, play a lot more together, look for more passing plays, and just make more with their opportunities because they're just handing Brutal the ball. And a good shot from Yeast into the upper goal. What a shot here.
Yeah, great shot from Yeast. Yeah, just going straight from the air, beating all the defenders in the air. It's a good shot. And it is the equalizer. The very first goal from TT Paradigm will be under the name of Yeast, and with roughly 1 minute to go, it's all equalized here in this game too. Everything can happen. As you see Yeast trying to get it out. Josh is there with a good block. Bubbly a few air rolls in, can't really get a hit on goal though. Bubbly trying to get back to his teammates. Esbar is there, good communication there. As you see the ball from the backboard. Josh is there getting into the corner. Double commit though from the Brutal Base side. 30 seconds to go. And the one who scores here has a huge advantage over their opponents here in game 2. Now this Bubbly going up, beating Vels. Will it go in? No, Galactic is there with an easy save as last man. Gonna get an extra touch, so Josh is there. Has much time to work with, but Vels is there, saves. And in the end, it falls into the own corner of TT Paradigm. Bubbly there, maybe with one of the last chances of this game. It's still 1-0 though. Looks like we're going into overtime. And now it is TT Paradigm with the very last offense of the game. Much offense here. Bubbly trying to maybe get a goal. Goes over though. Could be very dangerous. It's still up. Yeast keeps it up. Bells going to the other side. But there it is. Ball dropped. And we have a game to overtime.
And here we go. Going into the game to overtime here. And TT Paradigm with the kickoff. Can Galactic make a good play? Good flick up here. Confuses Asbar. And a good shot from Yeast. Unlucky there. A really unlucky shot. Vals trying to get a shot here. Asbar putting it behind him there, can't get a good angle. Asbar carries on, 0 boost though on his name. Yeast, good touch, but good backboard defense there by Josh. A good touch onto the backboard from Yeast, good opportunity from Galactic. Yeah,
so far it's we pretty much TT Paradigm in this overtime taking the upper hand. It's really what you want to see. Being 1-0 down in games is now they're fighting back throughout this game. 40 seconds in this overtime. Now it is Brutal Base trying to get an offense going. No one in the middle though for Brutal Base. So that's an easy clear for Vels. Now the G's with a clear shot. No, it is not Esbar there. Just in time to get a save. Now it's in the side of TT Paradigm. Josh, can he get a hit on it? No, he can't really get a good hit on it going into the goal. But Esbar is there with a good clear. Yeast will just take control of that. Can he get it again? Bubbly is challenging him there. It's in the corner. Galactic just clears it out. Josh with the shot. Vels, last man, easy save for him. Misses the ball now though. It looks like Espa is turning, but Vels is just blocking it from that turn. Josh now beats the opposition. And now it is a demo from Yeast and Bubbly securing that. He can't get a shot. And yeah, it's now still 1.5 minutes into this overtime. It was TT Paradigm having some good pressure, but it looks like Brutal Base, they're just fighting back very well. And yeah, it's pretty much back and forth play now.
Yeah, back and forth play here. One of the teams needs to get an opening here and take the chance. It's more like counter-attacking play here. One team going from one half into the other, and it's just back and forth play. Galactic goes to this ball, goes for a demo, but unlucky there. Good challenge from Bubbly. Asbar, good touch. Vals keeps it controlled, goes for 50. Good 50 there by Vals. Asbar, good touch. Josh rotates back. Yeast, good clear from Yeast there. Yeast waiting on the wall, going for a shot, unlucky miss. Galactic goes to the backboard. See, this is where TT Paradigm's problem are. There's no people following off their backboard hits. Very successful backboard hits, but Brutal are not. There's no one there. But Yeast with the shot. What a goal! Great follow. This is what TT Paradigm needed this whole time. A miss. Good demo from Vals. And Yeast with the follow. Asbar miss. Great shot. Yeast.
Yeah, the majority of the pressure was in favor of TT Paradigm. They've had a good game. Well, the first stage of the game, they were struggling a bit against Brutal Base, but now it is TT Paradigm taking this game to equalizing the series. Good comeback from them being 1-0 down in this game as well. It's now a 2-1 in favor of TT Paradigm in this game after the overtime. Well done by TT Paradigm. And they have Brutal Base, you know, they lacked a bit after, you know, the first few minutes. It was, in the end, TT Paradigm. They just had a lot of space to work with and lots of offense. And Brutal Base need to speed it up maybe a bit because they have shown they can beat TT Paradigm in league play. Now they have to beat TT Paradigm in Game 7. Well, Game 7 in best of 7, I have to say, in the playoffs to secure themselves a Div 3 or a third place seat, third place in Division 4. And in the end, going into the third promotion relegation match. Well, we just see a bit of errors there from the players just joining, but there they are, they're back here, and we're about to get underway with Game 3. So as I said, it's really important for both teams, you know, winning this series, because that will mean they go into promotion relegation tournament against one of the lower sides of Division 3 to, you know, secure yourself a promotion to Division 3, being the third place. But we still have to see, will it be a Brutal Base or will it be TT Paradigm, who's just a bit of struggling into the corner. Galactic now challenges it, Espa taking it up high to Josh. Josh can get a shot, Yeast will get it to his teammate Galactic. And we see a bit of connection between the TT Paradigm side players, but it does not work out well so far. Now we see Espa going into there, can't really do much with it though. Bubbly trying to get it, Yeast will clear it out to Galactic. Galactic a bit slow on that, so Josh will take it over from him. Vals into the wall. As we see Espa with a shot, Galactic can't save that any day. 1 minute in, and so far it's been pretty much Brutal Base having all the offense.
Yeah, and here we see Brutal Base with the goal. Josh with a great follow. Bubbly, great pass. Over one. And Josh with the follow. Great 50 over Vals. 1-0 to Brutal.
Yeah, it's a really good start from Brutal. You know, they've, since the first kickoff of this game, they already have the upper hand in this game. They've had the pressure, it's 3 shots already. And there is the goal for Brutal Base, the goal there where they've been waiting for the last minute. But there it is, a lead for them in this Game 3 with the best of 7. Play of third place decider. Espa here with the clear. Can get it again, really good touch again. But now there is falls, no one to follow it up for Brutal Base. Josh then gets a pinch from the wall. Yeast can clear it out. You see Bubbly with a whiff, but Espa is there. Can get it, but there it is. The opposition just clears it out. And Yeast will try to continue following that as he gets a shot on net somehow, but still can't get a goal from that. Bubbly, really awkward situation there between Bubbly and Josh, but Espa just clears it out. The ball falls into the corner. Good shot from Espa. Vals is really awkward on that. but in the end, it's still a good save and leaving not enough space for Bubbly to get a good shot. It's still 1-0 for Brutal Base, but it could have been easily, 2-0 here for Brutal Base. About half-time gone here, and Brutal Base doing a decent job here in this game 3.
Yeah, Brutal Base doing a really good job here, just holding their lead. TT Paradigm just need to get a good shot here, and here it is, and Valves with the goal. This is what TT Paradigm needed this whole time, going into halfway through the game. Great demo from Yeast, good follow from Valves, great shot into the goal. 1-1, half the game remaining, Dennis.
Yeah, 1-0 it is. Good equalizer from Valves, just banging it into the side, into the goal of Brutal Base. But yes, still everything to play for. Both teams were really equal to each other. Of course, the first against the second place of league play. So yeah, you could have expected a really close series between both teams. But now here they are. You know, maybe not the players they have hoped for, but still something to play for to get out of these playoffs. To just maybe get a promotion, because I think both teams are really capable of playing into Division 3. If I just see, if I'm just watching here, they have the mechanics, they have the rotation, they have the speed, but it's if both teams have the good quality for Division 4 playing against each other, it's gonna be a close series like we're seeing now. Galactic with the save, clearing it out, but no one there for TT Paradigm to follow it up. Asbat taking it into his own corner, picks up the 100 boost, tries to get it again, probably takes it before his own teammates can. As you see, a Galactic from the back wall. 1.5 minutes still remaining, and yeah, still both teams, everything to play for. Really close game so far, so I really good to see how this game will turn out, Ethan.
Yeah, no, the game is definitely very interesting. There's two teams battling for that third place playoff going into the next division. As you said, Dennis, both teams have definitely potential to go into the next division, but the thing they struggle with is their team chemistry. As you said, the mechanics are very good solo, individually, but however, their team chemistry isn't there, so as long as they build on that, they can definitely both compete in them divisions. But Josh with the shot, and it goes in, and Bubbly with the follow, just forcing that goal in there. Bit of a weak defense there from TT Paradigm. Galactic very awkward on that wall there, and Josh with a decent hit. Round Yeast just can't get to it, and Bubbly with the follow, Dennis.
Yeah, in the end, it is the second goal for Brutal Base, and they are one goal up now with 1 minute remain in this game 3 to get themselves one game up. Josh now with, with in the end. S-Ball tries to get it again, has no boost to work with though. Really awkward there in the corner without boost. But Josh has a bit of time here, puts it up himself. Can he go? Maybe for flip reset, goes for some kind of an air dribble, tries to get again from the back wall, can't get it though, and there it is. S-Ball tries to get again. Galactic has a bit of space, they need a goal right now in this game 3. Yeast pushed it out, but no one is there. Well, Galactic is there, pushed it into the middle, shot from Valves, good save from Josh. With 25 seconds to go, it's still Brutal Base with a 1-goal lead. Josh tries to get again. He does indeed. Just try to give it on the side of TT Paradigm. They just need to defend. That's all it takes for this game 3 to get it into their side, their favor. Now this Valves with the save. 10 seconds to go. Time is ticking for TT Paradigm. Valves really awkward on that. Can't get it into the middle. There's Josh. Well, maybe fakes it so his opposition can't get it. But there it is. Game 3 will go to Brutal Base. And Brutal Base, again, have a game in hand.
Yeah, Brutal Base doing a very good job there to maintain their lead, forcing that second goal in. TT Paradigm maybe feeling a little bit of pressure from under the stream, but again, they just need to step it up, play more as a team, look for more passing plays, but then follow-ups from the back wall, which seems very effective for their play. Let's just see in the chat any more predictions, see who we can see we're winning this series, and who we're thinking is the best player on the field, Dennis.
Yeah, Brutal Base against TT Paradigm, which side will it be and which player is the best so far? Of course, we're only about to get into game 4. As, we saw a few times already, the server went down for maintenance today, and now it is time again for some technical issues, but game 4 about to get underway. We're approaching the half of this series, and every series has been very close so far. Just like this series, it's 2-1, but it can go any way. If Brutal Base win this next game, they are in match point. Though if TT Paradigm wins this, then it will be a 2-all score, and a 2-all score is what we've seen in both series we've seen before. So yeah, both teams maybe they're a bit they're a bit familiar with the situation. In the end, both teams lost that series in the end. So interesting to see how the series will go, and especially how this game will go. It's a really important game for both teams. You can't let Brutal Base win this game, being a player of TT Paradigm, because if Brutal Base wins this, they are in match point. So it can go anyway. So really interested to see what will happen in this game 4, and if Brutal Base can get themselves into a match point.
Yeah, Brutal Base, if they take this game, it's going to put TT Paradigm under a lot of pressure here. They're going to have to win 3 games in a row just to take this series and go into the next division. But here we go, going into game 3. Brutal Base definitely up with the advantage here, and we'll see how it happens here. So into the kickoff. Galactic on the ball, good control, and as well with good defense there. Vals, good touch into the middle there. Yeast up, good touch there. Yeast, no, and he's not going to cut there. I thought he may have cut. Josh with a good touch. Yeast, they have time. Good touch there from Yeast. Galactic, good touch there, unlucky, but good dunk from Asbar. Yeast, good control again. See, this is what I like from TT Paradigm. They're controlling the ball, trying to make an opportunity, making the Brutal Base guys push, so it's allowing them a lot more time, or not time, sorry, just a lot more awareness of where the players are. They can make more of an opportunity by luring one in, popping it over one, and then they can attack off of it, pushing it onto the backboard, etc, etc. But Yeast, going up the wall here, maybe putting it into the middle. But Galactic, unlucky, good speed there from Brutal Base, but a good shot, good panic there. But Yeast, over to control. Bubbly. Good touch into the midfield there, but Yeast with good control again. Good 50. Galactic gonna follow. Good touch again from Galactic. Dosh whiffs the touch and Yeast misses the open net. Unlucky there. Asbar going for the pass. Good touch from Bubbly. Can he follow? Good touch from Bubbly. Yeast. Good touch over one. Galactic could be a little pass in play here. Vals with the double. Unlucky there from Vals. Unlucky. Oh no, and the whiff from Galactic goes in for a goal for Brutal. That is what we call Brutal for TT Paradigm, Dennis.
Yeah, it was just an open net after we saw a good play from TT Paradigm, but they just leave the goal wide open. But if you have a good play, you can't get all players into offense, because this will happen. You just get countered by a team like Brutal Base. They will just counter you any day of the week with an open net like that. And so it is 1.5 minutes in this game. It is Brutal Base in the lead again. A really important lead for them. But yeah, it's been quite close so far in this game. And now it is TT Paradigm trying to push into the side of Brutal Base, trying to get a goal themselves. They had a good play, but in the end that resulted into a goal. Not for their side, but not in favor of them, in favor of Brutal Base. But now it is just Brutal Base giving a little bit of space to the TT Paradigm side. As you see, a demo there. Josh Tristan gets it into the open net. Good demo. I think it was from Josh Tristan himself as well. And in the end, he's getting out of the field, and that is the second goal of Brutal Base.
Oh, really good play there from Josh, just getting over one and going for a demo on the last man there. What a play for Brutal. And here we go into the next kickoff. Yeast going for the back right kickoff. Classic. Galactic going for the double touch. Unlucky there. Unlucky miss. Vals with the shot, and a great shot from Vals, putting that into the top of the net. Galactic, good touch. Unlucky touch there from Josh. And then Vals with the great follow into the net. Definitely the most effective play for TT Paradigm here, Dennis.
Yeah, definitely. Val's really stepping up here, and a really good response from him and from TT Paradigm's side in general. After being 2 goals down straight from the kickoff, it's Val's getting a goal on their side, the first goal for TT Paradigm in this game. But now they need at least one more, but they're just getting pressured a bit now. Josh Tristan getting into the middle. No one is there though. Looks like a pinch, but it's not going on target. Val's challenging that early. It is on net, but Asper with an easy save, Bubbly getting it into the middle, but no one is there for Brutal Base who follow it up. Get it into the corner. Clear by Asper. Galactic pushed it upfield, up to the back wall. Vals is there, getting up to the side wall, but they can't get anywhere near the goal. Vals getting bombed by his own team, and Galactic. Vals is now up, beating S-Bar, but it's not going on target. Galactic with the shot. Good save from Josh as the ball gets in favor of Asbar. It looks like another team up this time against that brutal base. Yeast with the ball into the middle to Galactic. As the ball gets into the corner, Asbar can he get it again? He beats out one. Still has the ball, but Yeast is there to follow it. As he Asbar can't really get a hit though. Bubbly pushed it upfield. Josh is there. Can he get a shot? He can, but it's not on target. Fouls now on the side wall. There's a little bit of boost to work with, 30 to say. As you see the ball going from the backboard, Yeast is there a bit. Push upfield, but luckily for me, can get a block. Josh can get into the middle. Bubbly is there. Fouls with a clear, but it is TT Paradigm. They need the offense. They're just stuck a bit in defense now, and they really need to push out here. 1 minute remain, and still 1 goal lead here for Brutal Base.
Yeah, as you said, TT Paradigm just staying in their half too much. They need so much more offense here, but here we are. Val's trying to put it in the center of a good backward defense and Bubbly. Good clear from Josh. Josh is going to keep following that great beat from Josh, and Bubbly with the touch, but unlucky that no one can follow his touch up. Galactic upping it high, Asbar dropping it back down. He may be able to follow this, but no, Bubbly is there, maybe going for a double tap. Val's good backward defense there. Asbar grabbing the boost, passing back maybe for his teammate. Good connections there, good communication. Josh with the solo play, unlucky. Good defense from Val's. And the shot from Asbar, very close, and Bubbly with the follow. Great pressure from Brutal. TT Paradigm again just stuck 2.5, not clearing the ball too thoroughly. Asbar with the great dunk, Bubbly with the follow. I don't know what to say. What a great play. Chat, let's hear what you have to say. Dennis.
Yeah, in the beginning, you know, we saw already a team, both from TT Paradigm, leaving Vels on its own. And in the end, he just had a weak clear, leaving just the goal wide open. His teammates just went for a boost in the corner. So it was pretty much just Vels on his own. If he gets a weak clear, then it will be Brutal Base getting a goal. And that's exactly what happened. The third goal for them. It's gonna be Brutal Base taking this game 4 as well, getting themselves into match point. And they've been here before, they've been in match point, and in the end lost it against Ascension Helios, who are in the finals now. Now they have a second chance to win the match point. If the ball drops, we go into game 5. But the players just decide to just keep it up, just you know, play out this game. As we see one of the longest series second here. It will not come out as a goal though, but it is Brutal Base, as I already said, taking this game 4, going into game 5 with a match point. And yeah, TT Paradigm have a really hard task here to come back into the series.
Yeah, Brutal Base definitely going into the series thought, yeah, we can definitely beat TT Paradigm here, as we can beat them in league play, why not do it again? And this is what they're doing here, they're just putting so much more pressure on, literally cornering them in their half. They're just keeping that consistent pressure up. Good intellect plays is there as well, good team chemistry, just letting each other off the ball. Just great, just great pressure. TT Paradigm maybe need to take a note from their book and just keep up some particular pressure, pushing out of the half into the midfield area, being a lot more positioned highly, and yeah, it will become a lot more resultive in them having a lot more pressure, a lot more worth within the game, and maybe they can actually get that division up in this league of the magical ECC.
Yeah, definitely. You know, every player here wants to get up to Division 3. Of course, they've lost their first series, so they can't get out to promoted, but they will go into promotion relegation match to play against one of the Division 3 teams. But now they first have to be there. It's Brutal Base. They're 1 game away. If they win it, then they will be your 3rd place of Division 4. But it's still TT Paradigm alive here in this series. They can still win this series, but they need to win this game and the 2 after as well. So yeah, they're not in a good position right now. They need to get some pressure going onto the Brutal Base side. Yeah, of course, we saw Brutal Base. They've had a good effort against Ascension Helios, and here we see the first goal of this game in favor of Brutal Base with Asbar with a good shot. In the end, nearly goal for Brutal Base.
Yeah, what a touch there from Asbar, just setting himself up on the wall there and just going for a cheeky little redirect into the net. Definitely TT Paradigm did not expect that. And here we go, into the kickoff. Asbar with a little solo play again. Asbar definitely seems like a demon on this team here, making so much opportunity. But Val's with a good beat. Can they follow up and go for the goal? Val's with the shot, and a great save by Josh getting back there. Asbar Let's see what he can do with this solo play. Good touch, and he can get another touch there. Good follow. 0 boost now to his name. Fouls. Gonna clear the ball. Maybe to Galactic if he can be speedy enough, and a good shot from Galactic. Can they follow up? And they can, and unlucky there from Yeast. Very unlucky there. Nice shotting himself from the chat there. Shouldn't definitely put himself down. That was a hard shot. Vals gonna carry on here. Josh with a good touch. But again, TT Paradigm getting the opportunities, not putting them away. Again, they just got to get it out of their half. As long as they keep it out of their half from now, they can definitely get a goal back and put this back to a level playing field. That's the word. I couldn't think of it. That's you, Dennis.
Yeah, it's TT Paradigm. They desperately need a goal right now. So they're getting pressured here by the Brutal Base, but so far it's been, you know, such back and forth play. It's like paintball. It's getting from the side to side, from the Brutal Base side to the TT Paradigm side, and that just shows how close this Division 4 can be. Of course, we saw 2 Game 7s already, and this game is not in particular one-sided. Of course, we see Brutal Base leading with 2 games, but it's definitely not been a one-team show, and that's definitely good to see, because you don't want to see a one-team show in the playoffs. That's also not what playoffs are meant for. It's for, you know, close games, and so far we've seen 2 really close games, but now this Bubbly with open net, and you will take that any day. Gets a second for Brutal Base, and now TT Paradigm are in a really tough spot, about to approach halftime in this Game 5.
Oh, Bubbly with a beautiful play there, just controlling the ball, popping over one, and just popping it back into the net. This is what TT Paradigm needs to do more. They have the ability, they just need to use it a lot more, creating a lot more opportunities for their side to come back in this play. But Bubbly up, what a shot, unlucky there from Bubbly, nearly putting that into the top corner, but the pressure's still on, and TT Paradigm just get it clear here. But again, they need to clear this fully out, and they do. Well played from TT Paradigm, but they need to keep up this play. Galactic, good dunk. Asbar with another touch, just keeping the pressure on for Brutal. Josh with a good dunk and a follow, but Vals is going to beat him to this ball. Let's see what Vals can do here, but he backs off. See, this is what I mean, that they seem too scared of Brutal with their offense, seeing that they can't go for the ball. But Vals got a good demo. Unlucky there, Bubbly rotates back. Josh with the touch. Good touch there from Josh, going for the bump, good boost steal, and Josh with the shot, good pass back infield. Bubbly with the shot, unlucky there, good opportunity there for Brutal. Dennis.
Yeah, we saw both players from Brutal Base going for the shot, and that's not really what you want to see. Of course, they just need to control the field now. If they have some control of the field, just keep the clean sheet right now in this Game 5, then, you know, then it's series done and dusted, going 4-1 in favor of Brutal Base. Now they're 2-0 up, 1.5 minutes still for TT Paradigm to come back in this series. It would be magical if they somehow manage to win this series, but we see Yeast with a great shot. It looks like a Doomsy dish, and it is TT Paradigm coming back into the series.
Oh, and like you said, what a shot from Yeast there. Pulling out the Doomsy dish, taking one from Doomsy's own book. What a great shot and a great bit of time for TT Paradigm to come back into this play. So TT and Paradigm need to put back on this pressure. They've got the momentum now. They just need to use this and put Brutal back in their place so they can come back in this series. Dennis.
Yeah, it's a good comeback at least, but they need to complete the comeback. The start of the comeback is there, but they gotta continue that. They can't let Brutal Base score anymore, because we are only 1 minute remaining in this game. And now it is the second goal. As I said, TT Paradigm needs to complete the comeback, and there it is. It's 2-all. It's Galactic who scores, and we have a game again.
Yeah, Asbar not with the greatest touch there, putting it back down to Galactic. Putting it in the net with a great shot, to be fair, from the angle he was at. But yeah, here we go. This is for all to play for now. Asbar with a good kickoff. Vals is not going to follow that. This is where the pressure needs to be put on by TT Paradigm. Yeast going to follow this ball. Asbar with a great touch there. This is what we mean by the mechanics coming out from Brutal. Their mechanics are a lot more better, in my opinion, than TT Paradigm. But here we go, Josh Tristan with the pass to Vals. Good touch there from Vals, but Bubbly with the good clear. Oh, and that's a bad commit there from Yeast. Asbar, good boost still there to keep the opponents dry. Asbar rotating back. Galactic, let's see what he can do with this play. And a good touch to the side there from Josh. Low boost in net though. Oh, and this could be a play. And can they finish it? And they can! What a play from TT Paradigm. Forcing the ball in the net there. Good pressure from Vowels. Good carry on. A little cheeky double tap there. I don't know if that was intentional, but Yeast forcing that in the net. 3-2 to TT Paradigm, Dennis.
Yeah, and it's really important for TT Paradigm to come back in this game. They were 2 down with 1.5 minutes left, and now they are here. 3-2 up with 10 seconds left, though we see all the 3 players in the corner. That's not what you want to see from TT Paradigm. And now the pressure comes up for Brutal Base, but they can't score. They can't finish it. They're still alive in this game, though. Ball is still up. Can they send this game to an overtime? Bubbly is up, getting with the air dribble, but there it is, connected with a great drop down. And there it is. TT Paradigm are your Game 5 winners. And, you know, it's now Brutal Base. They've had 3 chances. They have 3 chances. They've wasted 1 chance to win this series. They still have 2 chances. TT Paradigm coming back in this series. It is 3-2 now. And, you know, TT Paradigm, they're slowly crawling back from being 3-1 down. 3-2 it is now, so I'm expecting still a great series, potentially a Game 7. If TT Paradigm wins this, we go into the 3rd Game 7 of playoffs. So yeah, it's really interesting to see what's going to happen in this Game 5, I think. Game 6 it is.
Yeah, I know. Let's just put in predictions in the chat here. Is there going to be a Game 7? I'm putting my predictions on it, if I'm honest, Dennis. I think TT Paradigm, if they come into this game with a lot of momentum, proving wrong to Brutal Base that they are at their level, they can beat them 100% here. And here we go into Game 6, 3-2 to Brutal Base right now. Let's see if TT Paradigm can take this series. So here we go. Good kickoff here from Vowels. Going to control here, but a good clear from Bubbly. But no, he gets donked here. Josh with the solo play. Josh with onto the backboard, but good backboard defense there. A little double commit there from TT Paradigm. They need to be careful of that. Vowels, good 50 there. And it might be a shot from Asbar, and a good save from Galactic diving across the net there. Vowels up. A good dunk from Josh. Goes down there, and the follow from Bubbly, and he can't get it quite on target. I think he had low boost, and he couldn't finish it off. A good touchback there from Josh. Great trust in his teammates there. Galactic with the shot, and a great save from Bubbly once again. Very tight series right now. Asbar with the second touch, but no one there to follow. Both in the same position, just being too close to each other there. They need to spread out. Josh with a clear. Vowels, good touch there into the midfield. Bubbly, good touch again onto the wall. Asbar, good touch onto the ceiling there, and Bubbly gonna follow that. Good touch onto the wall again, and it could be a free net here if Bubbly can squeeze it, and a good save from Vowels. Good touch in there the midfield to Josh. Oh, a miss from Galactic. Could be a pain for them. Vowels puts it to the corners. Good recovery from Vowels there. Josh, good touch. Galactic puts it to the wall. But it's even pressure here. It's just like a ping pong match going back and forth. Both teams putting on good pressure, good saves from the opposition. I don't know who's got the edge here. I'd probably put it on TT Paradigm, Dennis.
Yeah, it can go both ways here. Of course, maybe being TT Paradigm the underdogs in this series would be good for them to see them going into Game 7 and maybe winning it in the end. But now we're still in Game 6. They first need to win this game. And so far it's been a really back and forth play. No real dominant plays from any team here. It's you know, it's such an even game. Now we can maybe see the first goal. Yes, we do. Bubbly gets a really good shot from the great pass from Tristan in the middle, and yeah, that's a good first goal of this Game 6.
And there we are. Maybe I was wrong. Brutal Base putting that in the middle there. Good pass from Bubbly, and Josh with the shot. A great goal. 1-0 to Brutal. And here we go into the kickoff. Good win from Vowels there, but goes straight to Asbar for the solo play. Can he get it under this? Unlucky there from Asbar. That's a good opportunity there. But Josh, a good time there. Good awareness from Josh. Vowels with the follow and a miss from Asbar, and it could be free for TT Paradigm, but a good save from Bubbly. And Yeast with the shot, and it's in! Yeast with the shot, 1-1. Dennis, what are we thinking here?
Yeah, defense is nowhere to be seen. We see Bubbly with a clear, but then in the end, no backup there. It's still Yeast with a decent shot, but 55 kilometers an hour. That should be savable for any defender, and it's the equalizer. Definitely something TT Paradigm wanted to have here, and yeah, it's a good equalizer. So the game has not been played yet. We still have half the game left, and there we are having the second goal for Brutal Base. It will be Josh Tristan this time. Espa with a good air dribble gets defended, but then Josh Tristan with a clean up there, finish into the open net. No half-time played, and you know, we see Brutal Base there with a good lead here in this game 6.
Yeah, and here we go, going into the third kickoff. Sorry, I'm in fourth. And Vals with the touch. Unlucky. That's a great clear, though, from Brutal Base. Vals into the center, but Yeast going for demos. I think he's bringing out his inner virtuoso here. And here we go, Galactic putting it across. Asbar with the touch. Trying to go for the double here, and a good opportunity there from Asbar. Maybe passing it back here. No, he secures the mid boost. Good touch from Vals. Josh putting it to his corner. Good touch there from Josh. And it seems like Brutal are the most dominant team here in just all aspects. TT Paradigm just need to bring this back, putting a lot more pressure on like they were at the start. Well, that's the mid, and there it is, as I am saying it. Good pressure there from TT Paradigm. Yeast with the follow-up. I didn't even see him coming in, and there he is. Great dunk from Yeast, and there we go, 2-2. It's so close here, Dennis. What a great affair.
Yeah, just out of nowhere we saw the second goal here from TT Paradigm, but there it is. And yeah, they're doing a really good job, though they're getting quite under pressure from Brutal Base, but looks like they trying to get the pressure back to their end, trying to get some goals on their side, but it's still Brutal Base. As such, you cannot underestimate the side that went 7-0 league play you're facing here, and they only need one win, and then they win this series going into third place of Division 4. Still everything to play for is game 6, all equalized, and Bubbly with a great backboard clear there. Bubbly now can't get the flick to the middle, no teammate to follow that up though. As a Galactic just get into the side. Bubbly with a great challenge. Yeast will clear it out, but Trey to Josh, who's just waiting on that. Galactic pops it up for himself, gets bumped though. And now we see Yeast trying to get it to the goal for Brutal Base. Yeast in the corner, getting up. Valves now with the ball to Galactic. Yeast a bit pushed up too far though. And there we see Josh. Has he an open net? No, he does not have an open net. And it will be Valves countering maybe now. It's such a ping pong match. It's just going from side to side. It's not really a one team show here. It's really close, and that also shows on the scoreboard. It's 2-2, just like in you know, in the series. It's 3-2 in favor of Brutal Base, with TT Paradigm just climbing back from the last game, and now here they are maybe going into an overtime. Maybe they can still secure it, but if Brutal Base gets the goal now, that should be series over and dusted, but that is a own goal in the Brutal Base defense. I don't really know what happened there, Ethan.
Yeah, I feel Bubbly just panicked here. He did not trust Josh to get back, because Josh had a fairly decent angle on the play to clear that. So, a very mistake here, very big mistake from Brutal, and this could cost them into game 7 here, which he really didn't want, so they're going to have to prove themselves here. Asbar with the shot, and it goes in, and they respond really well off that miss hit from Bubbly. Here we go, back into it, and overtime could be approaching here, Dennis.
Yeah, Asbar with a great shot, just into the bottom corner, well placed, great response, and 11 seconds till regular time is over. It's like we're going into game 6 overtime. Yeah, 10 seconds and overtime is really, you know, something that can be scary for the TT Paradigm side. They are, of course, Brutal Base are in the match point here. If they win it, if they score here, then they are your third place of Div 4. But it's still everything to play for TT Paradigm. We saw a few overtimes already, especially 2 overtimes in game 7 that ended very quickly. But we're here now in a game 6 overtime. TT Paradigm trying to give everything to push this series to a game 7. The third game 7 we saw today, but it's still everything to play for Brutal Base, trying to get out of their hole. Valves is there, trying to get a shot on target. Good shot. Tristan is there to get a save. And we see Esper now up as the ball just is loose in the middle. Tristan just clears it out. Galactic is trying to get it, missed it though. Was a hard read. Valves with a shot, goes over one from the crossbite, still there, but in the end Tristan can clear it out. Paradigm is trying to take the upper hand in this overtime. It seems like to work, but it's now Brutal Base trying to get a goal. We see a goal, we see a demo, a bump in the goal of TT Paradigm. Still pressure going on for Brutal Base. Yeast pushes the ball to the right side of the field. Bubbly clears it out, but it's to the middle. Galactic is waiting. That a great demo, but a great save as well as, but just from the, you know, from the back wall as last man, just having a really good backup there. It's still TT Paradigm though, with the pressure. Finally, Brutal Base can get out of it. It's such a good overtime already, Ethan.
Yeah, it is a great overtime. Valves with some really good shots. It's just back and forth here. I'll probably say TT Paradigm have the upper advantage here by them wanting this Game 7. They need this Game 7 here, and they need to pile a lot more pressure on Galactic with the dunk. Valves with a good clear there. Yeast pushing out, but good pressure from Asbar, pushing it back into the half. Galactic was going to control the ball, but Asbar comes in and demos him. Yeast with a good dunk there. Bubbly needs to clear this ball out, and he does. Well played from Bubbly. Galactic going for a 50, but Bubbly with the pop-up. Can they follow this? And they can, and Asbar nearly gets it, but a good clear from Yeast. Asbar with the shot. Unlucky there. Really unlucky there for Brutal. Josh, unlucky there. Galactic pushing into the infield. Bubbly with a good challenge. Bubbly securing that mid boost. Well played from him. Good control there. Good composure from Bubbly. Asbar going to control this. Flick over 1. Flick over 2 from Bubbly. Good defending there from Yeast. And it just seems so even right now. Maybe Brutal have the upper advantage. Them pushing the ball back into TT Paradigm's corner. Just pushing it back into the half. Backboard read. Good read from Yeast. Really well played. It seems a very consistent game. I don't know what way it's going to go, Dennis, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it just goes anyway. It just goes from side to side. But here we see an offense, and it is a Game 7. The third time today. It is TT Paradigm pushing this series to a Game 7. Yeast finally here after 3-minute overtime with a pass of Valves. It is the fourth goal of TT Paradigm that will secure themselves this game, and it will be a Game 7. But oh my, what a playoffs we are having here. We saw first in first series Helios against Brutal Base in the Game 7 overtime. Then we saw TT Paradigm against GC Pop going into Game 7 overtime again. And now here we are, Game 7 for the third time in a row. And yeah, it just shows how close Division 4 is. Yeah, it's also this game in the end went to an overtime. In the end, Yeast with a hat trick. Really well done to him. But it is Brutal Base and TT Paradigm really having nerves there going into Game 7, of course. The second Game 7 for both teams here. And definitely, maybe they know how to deal with it now. But definitely, we just have server that went down for maintenance again. Just maybe it gives a bit of the players to get back into the game, get themselves a speech or something, because this Game 7 is really important for both teams. Of course, it's the Game 7 that will decide what team is going to be the third place of Division 4. So you're really interested to see, will it be Brutal Base or will it be TT Paradigm? Chat, leave your prediction here. Will it be Brutal Base? Will it be TT Paradigm? Game 7 about to get on the way.
Yeah, Game 7. Again, like Dennis said, let us know in the chat who we are thinking is going to win this series. I don't know, Dennis. I think my prediction is going from the momentum. I think I'm going to have to go with TT Paradigm here. Got forward momentum going in from Game 6. It's going to be a close one, but TT Paradigm, if they're doing what they were doing, like I said early on in the series, putting it onto the backboard, keeping their follows, so they're putting pressure onto Brutal, it's going to go in their favor, and I just think it's going to happen. What do you think, Dennis?
Yeah, definitely. We just have to see. Will it be Brutal Base? Will it be TT Paradigm? Maybe TT Paradigm have a bit of momentum going into this Game 7, winning the overtime in Game 6. Having a really good comeback, winning 3 games in a row. Brutal Base didn't take the first chance to win the series, didn't take the second chance, and now is their last chance to win this series. Just only one chance left, though, and TT Paradigm is just climbing throughout this series, getting back into this series, being 3-1 down, and now they are here, 3-3 it is. Game 7 about to go on the way, as we're just waiting, I think, for TT Paradigm to join the game lobby. But yeah, it's a Game 7, the third time already of today. And it's been such a great Division 4 playoffs. Such close teams as well. It just definitely shows how close Division 4 teams can be. Every game so far has been very close. Every series so far. So I think I would still go for Brutal Base for this series. I think there's still a bit of the upper hand, but definitely TT Paradigm is not a side to underestimate. Everything can happen. And in the end, I think it's still Brutal Base taking the upper hand there, maybe in overtime for the third time in a row, Game 7 overtime. But it looks like all the players have joined the lobby now. So I think it's just to go into Game 7 of this very important series for both teams. Game 7, let's bring it on.
Yeah, let's bring it on indeed. And here we go into the Game 7. Again, I'm not rooting for anyone, but I feel like TT Paradigm do have the advantage here, taking 2 games off Brutal, stopping them from promoting into the next division. But here we are, Josh pushing onto the backboard. Good clear from Yeast. Good demo again from Josh, an exit demo there. And Yeast is going to follow this up. Good touch from Asbar. Good pressure here from Brutal. Early start here. Good early pressure. Yeast, they need to clear this out here. Dangerous touch here for Yeast, and Bubbly's going to follow it. Unlucky shot there from Bubbly. I don't think he had much in the way of boost there, so it was a very hard shot just to get with minimum boost. Bubbly going to control this again. Seems like Bubbly's going to be doing a lot of the work here for the offense. An unlucky dunk there from Bubbly. Nearly gets the dunk there. But again, it seems like TT Paradigm, this is how they've been starting all their games. Been very trapped in their half, but pushing it out, it seems very key for them. Their counter-attack offense seems very good in comparison to Brutal. So, again, it can go either way. But right now, from what we're seeing, Brutal have got the advantage, Dennis.
Yeah, and of course it's Brutal base side. They went 7-0, and what do you have to do against a team that went 7-0? Indeed, it is just counterplay, and TT Paradigm are doing quite a good job doing that. You know, they are in Game 7 here, and yeah, going to the Game 7 was not an easy task, but they've done it. And here they are just trying to counter it out, but in the end it is they can get goals out of it. We've seen it multiple times already in this series. And Brutal base can't really, get out of it. They don't really know how to counter the counter attack. And here they are, just keep on trying to get the offense going. As you see, Osbar with an attempt for flip reset, can't make it though. Josh tries to get into the middle. Galactic clears it out. As you see, Asbar has some time on the back wall, gets it past 1, gets it past 2, but Galactic is waiting there. As you see, Yeast trying to get a save. Or get a shot on that, I have to say. Vels is getting to the side wall. Someone there in the middle. It is. Galactic is there. But Josh Tristan can get an easy clear out to the corner. No one's there though for the Brutal base side. And half time played roughly. And still no really dangerous attempts we have seen in this Game 7 so far, Ethan.
No, as you said that though, Vals with the dangerous double touch there. It was very, very close for TT Paradigm. But Vals with, again, good shot there from Vals. But a good save from Bubbly. But they need to keep this pressure on TT Paradigm. Very awkward for Bubbly, and he misses. Can Vals finish? And he can. TT Paradigm with the good pressure. Relentless here from TT Paradigm. What a shot from Vals to answer back for them, Dennis.
Yeah, I think it just got bumped into the goal there. Vals into the ball, and in the end it ended up in the goal. I think if you wouldn't get bumped, I think it would still got in because the players couldn't save it anyway, but still, it just helps a lot. It just got bumped right into there, but that's again a quick response as well. It is 1-0 straight from the kickoff, and it's all equalized in this Game 7.
Yeah, as we were saying from the beginning of this series, Asbar's mechanics seem very, very advanced compared to the opposition. He needs to use this a lot more so he can create these opportunities for his side, Brutal. But here we go. Even playing field now. Can Galactic score the double? And it's so close. Can he force it? So unlucky there for TT Paradigm. Very close. Very, very close. And Yeast with the shot. Can this go in? What a good dunk there from Yeast. What a good opportunity. And Vals with the shot. Upper 90 here. What a shot from Vals. Really proving himself to be a top tier player in this division, Dennis.
Yeah, Yeast with a great dunk, and in the end, Vals is showing he can score those goals. Just bangs it into the upper 90, and there it is. TT Paradigm 3-1 down after Game 3, but here they are, or after Game 4, I have to say, but here they are 2-1 up in Game 7. Great comeback, and they just need to secure this lead for 2 minutes, and then there, the third place is theirs. It's really Brutal base throwing the win away, of course. I think, we've seen them in the lead quite often in this series, but they just throw it away a lot of times. They've had some chances to win this series, to take the series to their end, But, you know, it's still not over. We still see Brutal Base in the offense there. We see Josh Tristan gets a goal after a great solo play there from Bubbly, but getting it up to the back wall. And it's all equalized again. Game 7, roughly 1.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, as we said, just the individual plays here from Brutal, just absolutely demoralizing the TT Paradigm side here. I couldn't spit my words out there. I'm sorry, stream, but here we go. Good opportunity there for Galactic. An unlucky clear there, and Val's unlucky on the touch there. They pass it back, and this is a dangerous position here for TT Paradigm, and he misses, and Aspar slots it in. What a clutch play from Aspar, just putting this in. A little solo play, as you might say, as he misses this ball. Aspar follows. There's just no pressure here from TT Paradigm. They need to get out of their half and use that more counter offense.
Yeah, definitely. So far, it's Brutal Base is pushing TT Paradigm, but TT Paradigm, they have the counter offense, but they need some more offenses right now. 1 minute remain, and it is Brutal Base in the lead in Game 7. We have seen some underdog stories today already in Game 7, and we might see one here as well, though it's now, you know, I would say the side we predicted to win, Brutal Base, in the lead with 45 seconds to go. A 1-goal lead it is. And TT Paradigm doing everything they can to in the end get an overtime, the third overtime, Game 7 overtime of today. They still need 1 goal though, and you know, it looks like Brutal Base are just defending their goal with everything they can, and there it is. That's not good at all for TT Paradigm. It is the 4th goal for Brutal Base, and that's a 2 goals difference now with 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, and Josh Tristan with the follow, just slotting it behind TT Paradigm there. It's just a great opportunity. They're just slotting in their chances, which they weren't doing in the games 4 and 5, where they took the games off TT Paradigm. And here we go, Bubbly with the follow. Good save from Val's Galactic. And it's a free net again. Oh, Aspar just misses out on that open free net there. Very unfortunate for Brutal. Val's in the control. Bubbly puts in a dangerous position to Josh, and a great save from Galactic, forcing it out of the net. But I think we might have our winners here in our going into Game 7. Brutal Base, the winners of this series, promoting up to next division. Dennis, what is our thoughts?
Yeah, it's a great performance from Brutal Base. In the end, the 3rd chance they take to win this series. They made it very close, but yeah, it's in the end Brutal Base. They are your winners. They are your Division 4 3rd place. And TT Paradigm, of course, very unfortunate losing for the 2nd time in a row in the Game 7. But one of these teams had to lose for the 2nd time in a row in the Game 7, and it was TT Paradigm. It will be Brutal Base that are 3rd place. Of course, they jumped down from 1st place in league play to 3rd place in the end of the playoffs. But yeah, that's the 3rd place decided done. Very unfortunate for TT Paradigm, but great performance by the Brutal Base side. And in the end, the counterplay from TT Paradigm did not work. So there's only one series that's left for today, and you guys all know what it is. It's the Division 4 Grand Final. We saw both teams play already today against the teams we just seen. It will be Ascension Helios taking it up against DGC Pop. We're just going into a little break, and then I will be with you very soon to what possibly be a very good season 6 ECC Division 4 Grand Final. Maybe it's going to in Game 7 as well. We'll just see. We're getting into a little break, and we'll be back with you shortly for more action in the Grand Final of Division 4.